Zola and the Watermelon Patch. Zola was the Chambers family dog, and she was rescued from the local animal shelter. At the age of 10, Zola got Cushing's disease. Cushing's disease is relatively common in dogs, especially in middle-aged to older ones, typically 7 to 12 years old. It's usually caused by a tumor. Symptoms creep up slowly, so they're often mistaken for normal aging. You might notice your dog drinking and peeing a lot more than usual, eating like they're starving, or developing a pot-bellied look from muscle weakness and fat redistribution. Other signs include thinning skin, hair loss, especially on the sides or belly, panting a lot, and maybe even recurring skin or bladder infections because cortisol weakens the immune system. Not every dog shows all these, but increased thirst and urination are the big red flags. After developing this disease, Zola became a big lover of watermelon. It came to a point that when John, the father, would bring home a watermelon and set it on the kitchen counter, Zola knew it was watermelon. When a dog has Cushing disease, it loses its vibrancy and kinda just slugs around the house. But when Zola heard that watermelon get cut, she would run around to the kitchen counter to get her piece. At age 13, Zola had to be put down. The Cushing disease made it difficult for Zola to walk, so a veterinarian was called over to the home to do an in-house euthanasia. Zola lay on the floor with her head in Heidi's lap, the mother, and John sat alongside them. As the euthanasia shot was administered, the Chambers fed pieces of watermelon to Zola until she passed. Zola was the best dog the Chambers have ever owned, and she will be sadly missed. At the age of 80, Mr. Chambers passed away peacefully in his bed. The next time John opened his eyes, he was surrounded by a beautiful forest, with rays of angelic light coming from the tops of the trees. He turned in a slow circle to gaze at the marvel of trees. He stumbled through the woods, weary and lost. A golden light broke through the trees, warm and inviting. Birds sang sweeter than he'd ever heard. "Heaven?" he whispered, smiling as the forest embraced him, his aches fading into peace. Now John is certain this is heaven. In the distance he then heard rustling through the trees. John awaited to see what the rustling was all about that was approaching him at a great speed. It was Zola! Young again, vibrant and happy. John laughed, kneeling to ruffle her velvety ears, tears of reunion blending with the forest's eternal light. Zola then ran away back into the bushes from which she came. John followed her as if to be an excited little boy waiting to see what his dog was chasing. Zola barked like crazy, so John was not sure what he was going to see. As John emerged from the bushes, he stared at a great big open field. The warm golden light shined upon the field. Zola continued to jump around, barking like mad. What was Zola so excited about? John wondered. But then he looked closer. The lush green plants that Zola was jumping on, they were not just regular plants. By the gods, it was a watermelon patch.